Good morning again. How are you, John Augustine, back again? And we're talking about the year 2001, arts and literature. So, between February and April 2001, Conor McPherson, his play Port Authority, was premiered in Dublin and London. So he was doing well, wasn't he? Uh, on the 26th of June 2001, two old master paintings were stolen from Alfred Beat, a collector of art in Rushborough House, which was in Wicklow, I think. And that was a very bad thing to happen. Thieves. Yeah, that caused a lot of stir. I don't know if they were ever returned. I hope they were. The 1st of October, and Alfred Beat donated the old masters that he collected to the state, and now they're in the National Gallery. Well worth a visit. Well worth a visit. And on the 1st of October 2001, Radio Television aired in the television station. Had the first season of a series called Bachelor's Walk, which there's a Bachelor's Walk in Dublin, the Halfpenny Bridge. You go over that, and then Bachelor's Walk. Wait, no, Bachelor's Walk, I think, is on the left-hand side from O'Connell Bridge. Opposite over the other side. Yeah, well, it's in Dublin, and a well-known Bachelor's Walk. And then on the don't know where that first is the 10th. On the 8th of August, Neighbours, an Australian soap opera, was shown on RT on the radio television. Neighbours, another series like Coronation Street. I never looked at it, only maybe saw it once or twice. Didn't like it whatsoever, it was just pure secular. Nothing uplifting about it. They're always as the fella says, up the creek without a paddle. Who wants to be looking at the lake of that? You want to see something that gives you hope. You don't see too much of that on these channels. And then in October 2001, John McGahern, a great writer. Some of his plays were made into films. He went to the Presentation College in Carrick-on-Shannon, where I went as well, after my stint in a boarding school. Not so hot, these boarding schools. So he was there, but he was just gone before when I went. His father was a sergeant in a place called Coos Hall in Coos Hall would be either in Leitrim or Roscommon. I'm never too sure which, but he was a sergeant there, and there wouldn't be nothing happening. They'd be looking for lights and bicycles, or if you have a dog license. So, and it was a bridge, and they'd be looking to see who was coming over the bridge. John McGahern wrote a book about the barracks, and it was a fairly, wouldn't call it a jolly book, but it gave a fairly good description of what it was like in a small village where there was police and sergeant maybe and a few guards, so people were well protected. You didn't focus on that so much, but it was a good story, and It rang a bell, but a lot of people that like that my father was a guard as well. So I'd have some idea, but I didn't look on things the way he did, I'm afraid. But I read his book, and he lived in Mohill. And one time I met him in the Abbey Theatre in Dublin. One of his plays um, was being acted in the stage, and I think I was at that play, and my late wife, and he was there talking to somebody, and I was hoping to have a chat with him, but for one reason or other, I didn't get a chance. He was in demand, and I saw him once or twice in Mohill County, County Leitrim. Yeah, Mohill County was in County Leitrim. I saw him a couple of times, and he was in that town, So that's where he retired to. In his last book, they play "They That May Face the Rising Sun." I don't, yeah, that they may face the rising sun. He always had a sort of a good way of putting things. Rising sun, and he died. Lord have mercy on him. Um, that was in October 2001, and another good writer, Kate Thompson, who wrote a novel for children, and it was called The Beguilers. So she was a grand writer. She is nothing else. No, that is that's the arts and literature. There was probably other matters, but we can't focus on everything, so we can't. They're kind of the ones that stand out. So I hope you found it interesting, those of you that can remember about 2001, and those that don't may know some of these people or read some of these books. And they were good books. So bye now. Bye now.